Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the live stream. My name is Dan, this is DJI FPV, and thank you for coming to this kind of later stream than we normally do. Typically streaming on Sundays, but I got some family plans tomorrow, so figure we'll hit it up tonight, see how y'all are doing. I know it's a little late. You East Coast guys are probably long asleep, maybe not. But anyways, thank you for coming by. Eric Allen, as always, welcome to the live stream. Rick Zapata, thank you for coming. Zanekis, how you doing today, guy? Nice seeing you here. And Benjamin, how you doing, man? Are you gonna watch the Jake Paul fight? No, not interested in grown adults beating the living shit out of each other. Hopefully y'all have had a good week, got a chance to get out, do some flying. I did not get a chance to do any flying. It has been just absolute garbage outside all week. Seems like as soon as there's some break in the weather, more storm clouds coming right behind it, and it has just been a mess all week. But anyways, gives me time to do repairs, do some builds, putting some things together that have been on the back burner for a little while. Supposed to have a race today that got postponed again, like it did last week. But you know, oh well. Hopefully next week is looking a little better. Let's go ahead and get this going here. All right. So anyways, thank you for stopping by. A little bit of business to take care of. If you want to get my attention, type @TweetFPV. It'll light up an orange on my my little chat doobly-doo here. And if you got a question, you need some advice, some help, go ahead and hit that super chat button down there at the bottom if you really feel like doing that. Otherwise, go to tweetfpv.com. You can find links in there to support me. Link to my Discord where we can have a little bit of offline, well, online, but offline chat, and try to work through some of the issues and problems you got going on. But Discord is the best way to get troubleshooting help. The YouTube chat thing is not so good. But this week I got a chance to fly exactly 2 packs, and they were on this thing. And I gotta tell you, I didn't buy this. Just you know, full disclosure, this isn't mine. It was loaned to me by one of my really great patron members. And a set of DJI V2 goggles were loaned to me by one of my patrons. And I gotta say, I tried to go into it with an open mind and try to fly it for what it was worth. And I gotta say, it was way more enjoyable than I thought it was gonna be. The setup process was kind of a bear, mostly because the goggles and the drone weren't a match set, so it was a matter of just figuring out how to get the firmwares to line up. And once it did, not too bad. So all the reviews I saw was comparing it to a pure FPV acro drone or comparing it to a cinematic drone. It is not any of those things. What it is a pilot's drone. This is for you. It is for your enjoyment and your enjoyment only. And then whoever else you want to post your flying footage to. It is a pilot's drone. The view, the experience is unlike anything else I've ever experienced. It is something special. Like DJI really did a good job on this thing, and you know, I'm very impressed with it. Don't crash it. Good God, don't crash it, because this thing will crumble like a deck of cards. It is not durable. It is of the typical DJI durability. It is not your carbon fiber screaming acro quad. But with that said, if you take your time and fly it like it's supposed to be flown, which is whatever it is that makes you happy flying it, it is really nice. Long distance flying on it was truly enjoyable. All the stress of losing your quad or not knowing what's going to happen, it's not there. You point in a direction and you go. You lose link, it comes home. Or it turns around and starts coming back. You get your link and you know, kind of shift your body, hold your tongue a certain way, and away you go. It was really enjoyable. Brandon Bentley, welcome to the live stream, man. Glad you could make it here. EDOC, same for you. Patrick, how you doing, man? Loving the grips on my TX16. Fits perfectly. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like them, and I hope you continue to enjoy those things. And you know, tell your friends. Brandon Bentley, I flew 2 packs outside after sunset, 2 whip flights. Got your yard work done, otherwise chilled on my 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Brandon Bentley. The big 4-0. Man, I'll be there next year. Right behind you. So, he says, I love the experience flying the DJI drone, but I'd fully buy it if I had the cash flow. So, that's a good question. Would I buy it? And I have to say at this point, no, I wouldn't buy it. For a few good reasons. I'm in a weird little conundrum where I have the V1 goggles and I have a bunch of air units and I have the V1 controller, which I use on a lot of my quads. If this guy, a V2 controller, would work with the existing air units, I would probably sell my V1 goggles and get this guy. It is like when I bought my my Mavic. This is what I wish my Mavic would have done when I bought it. I really enjoyed the way this thing flew, but I'm in a weird situation where it's not enough of an upgrade. I don't know how much I would fly this if I owned it. I got a feeling I probably would fly it more than I think I would. Definitely fly it more than my my Mavic Air or whatever it is, the thing I got. But yeah, it was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. So Toxic FPV, thank you so much, brother, for sending this thing for me to play with. And Eric Allen, thank you for loaning me your goggles for the week, even though it was a shit week. But thank you so much for loaning me those things. And I had my fingers crossed that the firmware would line back up and you'd be able to go fly your DJI stuff, man. Another one of the little annoyances I had is the DJI Fly app. Well, I couldn't find it on the Play Store. I had to sideload that thing, so that was kind of annoying. But one of the big reasons that I tried to get a hold of this thing was for this, to model a set of grips for the radio, because this radio, if you've ever held onto it, is slick, like really, really slippery. Even for having rubber pads on the back of it, it is unbelievably slick. And these are available over on Etsy right now. Hit that link, tweetfpv.com, hit the Etsy link, and you can get in there and get yourself a set of grips. Big improvement. One of the things that I stopped doing for this set of grips is, like, take a look at this back panel. See how I have all these little relief cuts in here? Pulling the material out of there is called weeding. I didn't weed any of these grips, and that's for two reasons. One, so you can have that extra material and do whatever you want with it. Make little lines around the switches, or put grip material wherever you want, or on battery packs, or whatever you want. And two, it's just a lot of extra work to weed that thing out for me, or weed those out for me on every one I sell. So I'll leave them there for you guys. So I hope you all enjoy that. If you do, go ahead and get a set of grips there. Dauntless, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Just got his grips on his SQ001. What are you thinking? How do you like him? Is it better? It's got to be better, but is it worth it? What do you think? Brandon Bentley, Ciati's twin. Yeah, that's right. Today is Ciati's 40th birthday. If you don't know who Ciati is, then I'm kind of surprised you're here. Ciati FPV over on YouTube. Go ahead and check him out. Real cool dude. Really big in the community. Dallas, all these old guys are getting old. Yeah, well. Dang kids, get off my lawn. Oh man, well, I'm glad you're all here. Especially on this, well, for me, it's a late Saturday night. I was up pretty late last night, live streaming with Rick Zapata and Zenekis, trying to help Rick get his live stream game going over on Discord. And if you don't know, he's going to be doing a live stream, like a Q&A style live stream every, I think, Thursday. Is that what you said, Rick? I forgot what times you said you were going to be doing it. But if you're not on his Discord, Rick, go ahead and post an invite to your Discord here, there in the comment box there for all these guys to get a hold of. Seneca says, age is relative. Brother, you are not kidding. I can run circles around some of these guys I work with that weren't alive when 9/11 happened. and I'm also responsible for a lot of those guys, unfortunately. But so big build this week was the 250 by Umagod, Tommy Tiabat, whatever his name is, his quad. Built this sucker on 6S, and I haven't had a chance to fly it. I hovered it in the basement because that's where I test every quad, but the weather's been so bad I haven't had a chance to actually go out and fly it. But really excited to fly this guy. And as it sits all up with a 380 milliamp 6S pack, sitting at 238 grams. Really hoping for some nice 5-inch-ish performance out of it, but we'll see. Hopefully this week I'll get a chance. Dauntless said I'd pay $25 for those scripts and I haven't even used them yet. Okay, so you're saying I gotta raise the price on them? What do I charge for those? Like $5? Is it $5? And I don't even remember. Yeah, $5 or $6. I think I got a set of rubber ones in there. I charged $6 for it, but that can't be that bad. Rick Cepeda, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awesome, man. And there's the link to his Discord. So if you guys aren't part of Rick Cepeda's Discord, go ahead and click on that and head on over there. Show him some love. Just having mid-throttle jerks to the left with my last working Happy Model motor. Ooh, that sucks. So last week did a little bit of black box analysis, and the person who generated that black box said all his quads are doing it now, and that pretty much narrowed it down to a bad gimbal on his radio. Unfortunately, but hey, you know, at least we got there. It was weird when he said it was only one quad that was doing it, but after a little bit, he's said, "Up, yep, never mind, they're all doing it." So that's a bummer for him. Another thing came in the mail today. I really didn't want to get a hold of this, but I did anyways, and it's the Baby Hawk 2 HD. This one, I specifically ordered it with no receiver, so I could use my DJI radio on it because, well, A, I didn't want to pay for a receiver, and B, they didn't have any in stock that had receivers. I got this guy, and I spent far too long trying to bind a receiver to it, or bind my radio to it. Turns out it had a receiver. It came with one of the Emax D8 receivers, so pulled up my other radio, bound to it, went out and flew it, and I could not fly this thing to save my life. It flew awful. I think I'm becoming sensitive to latency. It was weird. Like I could look at the house, bang the stick all the way to the right, and I could almost count like a 1 Mississippi before it would do the maneuver. So ripped that receiver out of there, bound it with the DJI radio, which uses the S-Bus Fast protocol, which I think it's a 7 millisecond frame timing. And unfortunately, like I said, the weather has been hot garbage and have not had a chance to go out and see if it made a difference. I'm hoping it does, but we shall see. And the same thing with the 250. I ended up just going with the DJI radio on it since the Vista already has a receiver in it, so might as well use it. So, anywho, that would you know, it's not the greatest radio in the world, but it's not bad either. It feels a lot better than it looks in the hand, but the lack of customizability, like with the OpenTX ecosystem, you know, it's a little bit limiting, but it works really well. Rick Cepeda mating the America 4 tomorrow. Yeah, that thing is a little beast. So Rick Cepeda picked up a America that's been traded around through the Delta 5 race group quite a few times, but he has it now, and I think it's going to be his kid's primary race quad. So that's one heck of a little quad for racing. It's just so small and nimble. Couple other things going on. So next week, I'm planning on doing a normal live stream. before Bardwell comes on the 25th. On the 25th, that's when I will be giving away the FPV Cycle 5-inch Glide pre-built quad. If you want to get on that, again, head over to tweetfpv.com, click that Discord link, and go ahead, not Discord, but the Patreon link, and sign up for Patreon. That'll get you immediate entry to the Google form, and that's if you pay for the $5 and up tier. If you're on the sub $5 tier, I will make that link available live when I go live for that live stream. So everybody gets a chance, just one will get you the chances a little bit earlier, or at least you won't have to be around for when the link comes live. So get in there, sign up, show me some support, and hopefully win yourself a quad. You gotta pay for shipping though. Gotta pay for shipping. And the whole idea is this will eventually be a pre-assembled, well, not a pre-assembled, but a pre-compiled box of parts that I will eventually send to one of you in a future giveaway that you can build. I have this thing tuned tight. This is the best flying quad I have ever built with a Session and 1100 milliamp 6S Lipo. It is coming in at under 600 grams. It is under 600 grams, and it flies like it too. It is one of the, it is, I'm not gonna say one of, it is the best flying quad I've ever built. I was really hoping the new Betaflight version would have been out by now, and I could have tuned it for the new Betaflight, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna tune a quad for a beta product or a nightly pre-release product or firmware. So unfortunately, you'll get whatever the current version is, but I'll send that to you digitally, so you can just do a CLI dump to the board, and you'll get exactly what I tuned it for. And obviously there'll be a little bit of variance in there, because every time you build a quad, they all are tuned just a little bit differently, even if they all have the same components. But that's just kind of the nature of this hobby, unfortunately. But anyways, so hopefully y'all got a chance to fly today, or at least this week. Brandon Bailey, I never got the fly app to work on my phone, but my unit came pre-activated and bound. Yeah, I didn't need the fly app to fly it. I had mismatched firmware, and it was still letting me use the DJI quad. I was just getting a firmware mismatch error, and oddly enough, I was getting a phone number mismatch error. So if you want to play with this guy, you've got to kind of sign up for the Evil Empire and all that stuff, and give them the information they want to get all those errors to go away. But I really enjoyed the OSD that was in there. It was really slick, really clean looking. The quick camera adjustments, the full up, full down, and center with the switch on the right hand side was really nice. You could just be buzzing along, drop the camera full down, and go straight forward and just keep on going. One thing I really noticed about this quad is it is stupid loud. It is so loud. And I think I know the reason why, is since the camera is on a gimbal, gimbally on a Camry, when you take that right stick and you push that thing all the way forward, it just does one of these things and just screams from point A to point B. But it doesn't look like that because the camera is keeping the horizon flat. Traditional FPV quad, you'd be looking at the ground if you're trying to go that fast all the time. And then the other thing I noticed is whenever you made abrupt movements or quick stops, this thing was not happy about it. The whole thing would jerk to the side, and the horizon would be all off kilter. It did not like abrupt maneuvers, but it did stop on a dime, which I like. I was really worried about it having kind of that rollout feature, which, I didn't want it to keep going after I centered the sticks. It basically just put the brakes on and stopped, which is pretty cool. The overlay of where you're at in relationship to the quad, you can see your home position as you fly around. That was pretty cool. And I knew somebody was going to be flying around in a helicopter while I was out, and the ADS-B in is a really neat feature. I like the fact that it says, hey, there's an aircraft in the area, and as it got closer, it gave me a different warning once they got basically over top of my house. Really cool feature. My only hope for this whole remote ID thing is that something like that would get implemented into whatever modules are out there, and also at a decent cost and a low weight. If it had the remote ID and it had some sort of ADSB in kind of like spliced in with your OSD, that would be really, really cool. It'd be very useful, I think, for a lot of people, especially if you're using a quad for like a professional setting. It could add that a little bit of situational awareness to while you're flying that you may not get on a traditional drone. But again, that's just kind of thoughts here. Brandon Bentley, yeah, we were talking about that earlier, a couple weeks ago when you first got it. It says it made his neighbors upset for flying around his neighborhood because, yes, it is super loud. It's not using polycarbonate props. It's using like glass fiber props, like the old props from like 5 years ago. You know, you look at them wrong, they explode. It's using, I'm pretty sure they're glass fiber. They feel like it, they sound like it, and they are loud, and they can't take any abuse whatsoever. If you touch them on anything, they just shatter. I do like the quick mounting setup they have for the props. You just push in, and like a quarter twist, and they lock in. It's really neat. It's what you'd expect from DJI, you know. And as usual, this thing. That's still just, it doesn't get old. It's just so darn cool. Yeah, I really wish the V1 goggles would work with it, or I wish the stuff was more interchangeable and universally worked with each other instead of, well, this set of products work with this and this set of products work with this. I wish they all worked together. Unfortunately. It does have some fat props. Yeah. Spudnik. Nice name. I like that. Can you recommend a 30 by 30 stack for 6S that won't break the bank? Currently using a Hobbywing 60 amp ESC and Radix flight controller. Well, that's about as expensive of a stack as you can possibly find. I would suggest something. Let's see if we can find you something here. Oh, let's see, something in an F405 type of flavor. I know this is a really good stack here. It's a 50 amp ESC. It's a BL Heli S. Obviously, you're not looking for BL Heli 32 because you'd be paying more. But for a full stack, you're, oh man, this is a, there's a winner right there. Right there, $53 for a 6S 40 amp F405 flight controller stack. I believe this one's rocking USB-C. I don't believe it has a barometer on it, which you didn't say you were looking for, but yeah, I think this will tick all the boxes. The nice thing about these now is they're starting to put diagnostic boards on there, so you can see if your gyro's active, your MCU, 9 volt, 5 volt, VCC, all of the little diagnostic pads are on there, or the LEDs, so that's pretty cool. Not a lot of filtering, so it's definitely gonna come with a extra capacitor. Yeah, this would be the guy. I would suggest is this one here for you. Spudnik. There you go, buddy. Oh, let's see. Where are we at? Yeah, wide cord for sure. Those are some Yeah, the props were very different than what I'm used to seeing on a multi-rotor. Yeah, definitely diatone or iFlight Sussex F405. The E series is a really good stack. It does use pins for some of the connections, or plugs for some of the connections. So maybe that's something you want or you don't want, but that's something like that. Apex F7 stack. Here's what Jeff is talking about. I have not seen this or used this. I do like the fact that the ESC has both a plug and pads. That's always a really nice feature. It has almost no filtration on it, so you might be getting a little bit of dirty video. Looks like it's USB-C as well. But what is this? Why is there a ribbon cable connection? What could that be for? As Bluetooth? Interesting. And it's BL Heli 32. But what is that for? I've seen boards that have this on there for a removable gyro, but that was a long time ago. That was all the... Geez, who was that? What company was that? I don't remember. Looks like it does have a barometer on it as well, right there. That little silver guy. Nice big boot button if you ever needed it. I don't know why you would. Not a lot of UARTs on this one though. You have 1, 2, maybe 3 UARTs. Not that you really need more than that, but oh, it has a dual gyro. Interesting. So it's got MPU 6000 and the ICM 2602, which nobody really uses. There's a lot of empty space on that ESC that could have been filled up with capacitors. But, you know, hey, it is at a pretty low price point for what it is. 80 bucks. It's pretty good. I don't know if you'll see a whole lot of difference between a $53 stack with a F405 and a BL Heli S ESC and a $80 stack with a BL Heli 32 ESC. Honestly, I don't think you would notice the difference. Plus, diatone has the name recognition. Apex, I'm sure a lot of people use them and know them, but I've never heard anything good or bad about them. Yeah, back in the hard mounting days. What, man? What company made those stupid flight controllers? I bought a bunch of them. They had like the F4 Fireworks, and that was a total piece of shit. I fly more than my Mavic, he says. Toxic. It says it's, my Mavic has become more of a photography drone. I'm pretty much set on selling my Mavic Air at this point. I have zero use for it. JBF 7 stack. What is that clocking in at for a price nowadays? $100? Nope. It's not that good. Yeah, no thanks. Nice pads though, nice big pads to solder to. SD card for black box, which I'd say 99% of people flying this thing have zero use for. I don't know if it says onboard storage as well. Made it with a Sussex 50 amp ESC. Look at that. That's a good ESC though. And iFlight's been doing really good with their documentation as well. Like really good. Yeah. But that's way too much. Toxic says he went back in the street. That's alright, buddy. Don't worry about it. Edoc says that my previous job to my current spent a lot of time with a Mavic, but it was more automated than anything. Yeah, I know a couple people that fly solar farms and just do surveying, and that's about all they do. So the next thing on my list of things to deal with is this guy here. Another FPV crate, but this one is a little bit different. This one's special because it is the 533 Tiny Trainer. There's a little discussion about this on my Discord today. A couple people are building tiny trainers. I have 2 of them built right now. I've got another frame and I've got this entire build kit. I have flown a lot of quads, folks. The Tiny Trainer is the funnest quad I own. It's the funnest quad I've ever flown. I don't know why. I don't know what makes it so special or what makes it such a magically, like, magic sounds weird, but we're gonna go with it. It is a special quad. It isn't super powerful. It isn't super agile. It isn't super anything except for fun. And I don't know why it's so much fun, but every person who's ever flown it is just like, dude, this is a lot of fun. I think it might have to do with the fact that you just rip this little bastard full throttle and you could just tear up a track on it. But this one is pre-curated by FPV Crate, and if you're looking to get something from FPV Crate, whether it be batteries, a subscription service, one of the monthly boxes, or even this little guy, head over to tweetfpv.com, click that affiliate link, and let them know they made the right choice by making me an affiliate. I still pay for everything, but you know, whatever. But nice little crate. Comes with everything you need: LEDs, a Unified Pro 32 Nano, 3 sets of props, the frame, and the 3D printed parts for it. And I am super attracted to oddball frames. And this is a weird frame. It's very different than the traditional chunk of carbon on the bottom, chunk of carbon on the top, strap a battery to it somewhere, and let her rip. This is very different. The camera they chose to use is the Cadx Kangaroo. This is an easy place for them to cut a lot of money on the build, and it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Cadx Kangaroo is how they're doing that. And I like the fact they included a Axie Micro right-hand circular polarized antenna. And it does come with the 533 Tiny Turner motors. All my other builds, I built them with the iFlight motors. This will be the first time using the actual spec'd out Tiny Turners. And these are some just nice looking motors. Come on, focus, you fuck. Come on, right there. Oh, focus. Focus. There we go. And these things are notchy. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. Sorry, it's below my noise gate threshold, but they're particularly notchy compared to the iFlight motors. So that'll be interesting. And the ESC is the Beta FPV F420 amp flight controller. I know they said this was a prototype or an unreleased flight controller. I don't know how accurate or true that is, but this is it right there. I was really hoping that they would have done like a remote. Come on, focus. All right, I quit trying to do that. I feel like an idiot. And what I'll end up doing with this guy is flashing Falco X to it. But I was kind of hoping it would have a remote USB port, because one of the downsides to this frame is anytime you have the canopy zip tied down on the arms like you're supposed to get to the USB port, you've got to clip the zip ties, pull the canopy off every time, which is a minor annoyance, but nothing crazy. But that'll be the next build in the queue, I believe, for me. I don't know. We'll see if I get some time to it. We're talking about doing a endurance race with the Delta 5 crew, which means I have to put pit switches in all of my race quads, or do the smart thing and just buy something that uses Tramp protocol, because Tramp can go in and out of pit mode on a switch. Smart audio can't do that. Toxic, what lipos does a tiny trainer fly on? So 450 and 550 3S. I've got some new Tattoo 550 lipos. These are going to be the packs I'm going to go with here. The Tattoo R-Line 550 3S. And they actually have them in stock. I think this is the only place that has these things in stock right now. So if you guys are considering going to get them, make sure you click that affiliate link, tweetfv.com. Sorry, that felt dirty. But you got to play the game, buddy. Got to play the game. She built the Toothpick 3 or a Tiny Trainer. Benjamin, build the Tiny Trainer. The Toothpick is fun. The Tiny Trainer is more funner. Don't spell check me on that one. Toothpick 3 is, it's a fine quad, but it's not going to put, let's see, how do I put this? So the Toothpick is going to be fun and casual. The Tiny Trainer is going to be fun, and it's going to put a huge smile on your face, because you're going to feel like the fastest mother on the face of the planet flying that thing around. I don't understand why, but it just does. Rick Cepeda asks, is that one the V2 frame that just got released? That's a good question. Didn't know there was a V2 frame. You got a link to the V2 frame? Let me see what you're talking about. It looks to be the same as all the other Tiny Trainer frames that I have or have built. I do have the HD kit for the Tiny Trainer. I was almost considering, actually I'm more than almost considering, I'm thinking I'm going to put Bite Fast Shark Frost, whatever it is now, in it. I have the whole system here. I just haven't figured out the build to put all that stuff into, but that might be the one. Zanekis, a little audible. Are you a fan of Nachi motors? For racing? Oh yeah, notch them up. As far as with the smaller motors, the small stator motors like that one, you tend to have a harder time tuning the noise out of the PID loop with a Nachi motor on a small motor. A big motor really doesn't make much of a difference. There's enough mass in that motor and the prop that it doesn't affect the PID loop as much. But for little motors like that, It really can. But when you're racing, you don't really care. You just go. You just want to go. We're not looking for a smooth picture. You're looking for fast and sharp handling. So with a racer, doesn't matter. But if you're trying to put like an Insta360 on there or one of the HD split type boards, you're going to want to try to find a motor that's smoother than a notchy one. My opinion only, though. Probably other people's, but that's how I feel about it. Let's see, EDOC, they changed the flight controller from V3 to the V4 F405, pushes all the VTX camera pads on the same side. No more crossboard soldering. Oh, thank goodness, because that was really annoying. I'm hoping it still has a target for Falco X. I have one tiny trainer on Falco X running Crossfire. I've got another one running Betaflight with Tracer on it. I'll probably put Tracer on it, or actually, maybe I'll do Express RS. What do you guys think? So I have Crossfire, I have Tracer, I have Archer, I have Casper the Friendly Ghost here, and I will soon have some Express RS gear. What protocol do you think I should put on there? Let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm going to put whatever one I want, but I'd like to see what you guys would like to see. Oh, Toxic. Sweet. I just snagged up some 850 4S XT 30s from Pyro for the Baby Hawk 2 HD. Yeah, that's the perfect size for that thing. I picked up some props for it. I think there's only one other 3.5-inch prop that fits on this stupid thing. It's an HQ prop. Because I've flown a lot of these Emax style props, and they are not durable at all. So I picked up some HQ props. Again, like I said, the weather has been absolute hot garbage, and I haven't had a chance to go play with the new toy. Other than one bat, which was kind of a miserable flight. I did not enjoy it at all. Plus, I mean, Emax, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing props in? Everybody within the sound of my voice, stop using props in. Props out. Props out on everything. Not in. Out. Away. Swim away. Don't bring the trees and the gates to you. Don't bring them to you. Push them away. Go away. Dauntless says, do you have a bot that posts that link? Nope, I have a button on my Stream Deck that every time I hit it, it drops that link in there. Sorry if that's noisy. Been really getting into the Moscow mules. I don't know why. It's because they're delicious. Blaze by. I'm curious what's the difference between graphene and normal Lipo batteries. Haven't really seen much on them. It's marketing. It's pure marketing. Yeah, like most Lipo advertisements and information in this hobby is absolute weapons grade. Sorry. C ratings, all that, it's all bull. Even the milliamp capacity rating is kind of BS. What will happen is you'll find a battery that performs a little bit better than another one. They both say they're 1100 milliamps, but the thing is that one that performs better isn't 1100 milliamps. That battery is maybe 1250, 1300. The higher the capacity, the more C rating it can have. See where I'm going with this? If you have a battery that's truly spec'd at 1100 milliamps, and say it's a 80C battery, I'm using this because the C rating is complete crap, and you have one that's a 90C and it's a 1100 milliamp battery, but it really is like a 1250 capacity, it's gonna outperform that 1100. Now the thing I do when I shop for batteries, C rating it's all BS. You shop for voltage, so 6S for everything, at least my race quads. And I look for dimensions and weight. I shop by weight and dimensions. CNHL batteries are awesome value batteries. They are friggin' huge. On a race quad, they're huge, and they weigh quite a bit more than, say, a Tattoo battery. So I typically try to find a good balance between low weight and low size. Let's see, Jepfro? I'm gonna call you Jepfro. I hope that's right. I'm sure it's not, but Jepfro it is. Express LRS. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that. That ceramic antenna, it gets me. I hate antennas. I absolutely hate antennas, especially on race quads. They're just an appendage that's flying around that's just gonna get cut off and beat up. I like that. I like that ceramic antenna idea. Dauntless, yeah, props out. Props out for everything. Except for whoops. For some reason, whoops typically work out better props in. And I think it has to do with the way the struts are mounted underneath the ducts. But again, that's, you know, you could ask 12 pilots and you get 12 different answers, even though there's only 2 possible answers. But anyway, not a math major here, guys. Eric Allen, I keep dozing off. Good night, everybody. Eric Allen, thank you so much for letting me borrow the goggles, buddy. I really appreciate it. I was sweating bullets when you were telling me it wasn't connecting to all your quads. I was worried. I'm like, I was gonna drive out to you and give you my goggles if that didn't work out. So glad everything's set up. Have fun on your trip, and I will see you when you get back, man. Have a good one. Dauntless, yeah, gotta weigh them. Props out for whoops. Really? I think it depends on the whoop. I've had some where it seems like it makes a difference and some where it doesn't make a difference at all. I think that whoops are so anemic that it doesn't make much of a difference. I think it makes more of a difference depending on how the frame is constructed more than anything. Blaze says, got a 1100 Graphene 4S from Pyrodrone to test out over the Tattoo 850s I normally use. It's been great, but only about 10 grams more. Yeah, and that's the problem, is comparing Lipo manufacturer to Lipo manufacturer is like, it's like comparing apples and oranges. Yeah, they're still fruit, but they're different. Tox says I fly props out on all my brushless whoops. Maybe I'll start doing that. I haven't flown a whoop in quite a while with the whole COVID thing going on. I didn't do a whole lot of indoor flying, racing, or anything like that. I flew around the house a lot, and man, whoop selection was awesome this year because of everybody staying at home and all that. But didn't do a lot of racing. Actually, I maybe did. Did I do any races? I don't know if we did any whoop races this year. Yeah, whatever. Next year. Or this year, or whatever. This upcoming season. Yeah. Edoc says, I've tried both prop orientations on my Mobile 6, and it's better with props out. Corner's nicer. I wonder if you'd be able to do that in a blind test. Methinks I have a video idea. I gotta find some time for stuff like that. Aaron Stevens, welcome to the live stream. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. Got another addition to the old live stream setup. I have a matching monitor now. They're all the same size, all the same brand, but they're all still very different. 1080p, 144, 4K, 60 hertz, 144 hertz, and 144 hertz. What are you gonna do? Just making do with what I got. Today was a very productive day, even though the weather was shit. Managed to get out and do some much needed overdue maintenance to the laser cutter today. I have been running that thing hot and not taking care of it. Finished up with my last big order I had. Finally had a chance to go and clean some mirrors and do some alignments, install an external air assist. But yeah, it got some stuff done. Let's see, Toxic says I have some Pyro 700 graphene, and I think they're garbage. I've had some Pyro packs before, and when I first started racing, I liked them because they put aluminum plates in them, and I mean, they still exist. Well, most of them, I've had a few cells drop off in the last year, but they were heavy, but they were very durable just because they had that extra protection on them, but it made them pigs. At the point where I'm not, you know, let's knock on wood, I'm not destroying lipos and crashes. So I've actually went and started buying some better, more expensive packs, some tattoos and some Thunder Power packs. The Thunder Power are pretty darn light. They're a little on the expensive side though. So I'm hoping that they survive. But anyways, you know, this is just kind of a quick stream, just see how you guys are doing. Get the info out there about, hang on. So I want to talk to you guys, let you know that this FPV Cycle 5-inch glide quad is going to be given away next Sunday. Go over to patreon.com, click my link, sign up, and you will get the link to enter the giveaway for this quad. 600 grams all up with a 1100 milliamp 6S and a session and a mount, like the way it is. This is all high value parts, Emax Eco 2, 1900 kV motors, CL Racing F4, Acon 32-bit ESC, I don't remember what the VTX was, but it's a decent VTX. And the only thing that I cheaped out on, just because it does make sense to put some good stuff in there, is the antenna. I used one of these little Emax nubbins. It is a tiny antenna. It does the job, but you know, it works. 2 sets of props, and it's a Fox Ear Razor camera, I believe, is what's in there. But setup, tuned within an inch of its life. This thing is hot. So if you guys want to get on that, hit the link in the video description. But you got to pay for shipping, so keep that in mind. Chris Croft, have you ever heard of a flight controller taking 30 seconds to give ESC communication tones? Yes, I have. I have quite a few quads that do that. I don't know why. They just do. Most of them are on my DJI quads, and back when DJI originally came out, there was something going around about it's the time that it's taking for the OSD chip to boot up. And since you're using DJI, you don't need the OSD chip. And there was a command, at least if I'm remembering right, to disable the OSD chip on the flight controller, and for the life of me, I can't find that command, and I don't know what it is. If anyone out there knows what that is, please get in touch with me. I need to know the answer to that. Toxic says I fly my Flywoo on lithium-ion packs, but the Tattoo 850 milliamp are so good. Yeah, it's such a difference. Lithium-ions for endurance, Lipos are for power. Toxic, so what are you going to do with that FPV crate kit? Which one? The one that one from House FPV? Which one are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about the 533 Tiny Trainer? If it's a Tiny Trainer, I'm going to build that sucker and I'm going to fly it for all it's worth. But I certainly don't need 3 of them. So you know what I'm going to do with that, with one of those guys. You know how it goes. I'm definitely going to give one away. Things coming up for giveaways. I've got one of the Tiny Trainers is going to go to a new home. I've got a Tiny Trainer frame that's going to go to a new home. I have a Korea Talon V2 frame, which I am never going to get around to building. So that's going to go to a new home. That Emax Shadow Fino, the Emax, or damn it, the Eachine 4-inch long range. That's going to go to a new home. And you know, that's what I do. I get these things in, play with them for a little bit, see what they're all about, and I move them onto a new home. Somebody out there that needs a new quad is going to get a new quad, or well, new-ish. Let's face it, newish. Like this this Glide, I have probably 6 packs in it, all for tuning, and then I flew a 7th and I just flew the balls off of it. And it's nice. It's really nice. I heard somebody say that nobody ever gives away anything that they like. I like this. I don't want to give it away, but I'm going to. Also because I don't fly analog anymore for my my acro quads. All DJI, baby. It's the future. Let's see. Crisscross says this was guy's analog quad yesterday. I had a race. Just want to see if anyone else. Yeah, it's pretty common. It happens a lot more than you might think. And another, like, what leads up to it is you'll hear ESCs boot up at different times. You'll get like that doot 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 doot, and you hear like doot 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 doot. Like it, you get like a. It's not a big deal. It doesn't make a difference. Just sit through it and go fly it. Let's face it, you're gonna crush the quad anyways and buy new parts. I wish I had a better answer for you, but there are just some boards. It could be, I mean, I've had multiple quads, especially race quads, build identical quads. I have one that boots up instantly, and I have one that takes a good 5-6 seconds, and I have one that I thought was dead because I never got the initialization tones. Turns out I just had to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, anywho. All right, guys, it's midnight here. I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for stopping by. Check out tweetfpv.com if you want to get a hold of the grips. Entry for the FPV Cycle Glide 5-inch entry. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got a Teespring site now. Teespring if you want to get some merch. And I have some new logo stickers coming. They're not here yet, but that's what they're going to look like. I hope you guys like that. I know I do. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking us out, and I will see you all next time. And stay safe, guys. See you next time. Next Sunday. Remember, Sunday, get your entry in. You'll be disappointed if you don't. Bye.